Welcome back to the Instagram for Bosses podcast. If you're new here, hi, I'm Andrea, and my mission is to simplify Instagram marketing so you can stand out as the go-to leader in your niche and consistently attract ready-to-invest clients without having to live on your phone or post every single day. Last week, we talked about why you're not posting reels, and I'm willing to bet that episode hit a nerve for a lot of you because the number one reason I hear from clients is that they have no idea what to film, and the moment they pick up their phone and point the camera at themselves, it's like their brain goes completely blank and they forget how to use the English language. I want to address that for a second before we get into our content ideas because I want to completely normalize this experience. This is something that I went through and that I still go through to this day. Going blank on camera doesn't mean that you're not confident or experienced enough. It's just what happens when a human being who's used to talking to other humans suddenly has to talk to a lens. I've worked with psychologists who are experienced mental health professionals who spend their entire careers helping other people articulate their thoughts, and even they freeze on camera. So if that's you, you're in excellent company and it is not a you problem. What you need is a starting point. A list of ideas that are specific enough that you can actually do something with them. So today, that's exactly what I'm giving you. 11 reel types that help service businesses attract the right followers and convert them into paying clients with real examples of what they look like in practice. Now, if you want even more fluff-free strategic content like this, plus a look at the behind the scenes of my agency delivered straight to your feed, come follow me over on Instagram at Andrea Marie Creative. It's where I'm most active and I would love to connect with you over there. I'm going to start off this list of ideas with what I call Captivate reels. These are the reels designed to reach new people, strangers who have never heard of you, who stumble across your content and think, I need to follow this person. The goal here is to stop the scroll and earn a new follower. There are 4 types of Captivate reels I want to walk you through today. The first is the bold or contrarian opinion reel. And this is the one I want you to start with if you're new to reels or if you've been avoiding them altogether, because it's the quickest and easiest to film and it'll do more to help you stand out than almost anything else you post. A contrarian opinion reel is exactly what it sounds like. You share a hot take that goes against the grain, something your ideal client might initially push back on before they realize that you're right. Here's an example I've used in my business. More followers doesn't automatically equal more sales. That's the foundation of everything I teach. Profitability over popularity. When I share that opinion on camera plainly and with conviction, the right people stop scrolling. People who genuinely care about turning Instagram into a profitable inquiry channel and not just a place to post pretty pictures and get follows from people who'll never become clients. So here's what I want you to do. List out the top 3 things you stand for or believe in your industry. What goes against the grain or is the most surprising or unexpected? The belief that you genuinely hold that most people in your industry wouldn't say aloud. That's your content gold and your best opportunity to captivate the right audience, introduce them to your world, and be seen as a bold leader. Don't be afraid to share the things that are controversial. Playing it safe on Instagram is the fastest way to get scrolled right past and forgotten. The second Captivate reel format is the series reel. And this one is really exciting because it's not just another trend, it's a genuine strategy for building an audience. The concept is pretty simple. So rather than just posting a single standalone video, you group a series of videos sequentially. Think of your favorite Netflix series. What makes it powerful is that it gives people a reason to follow you, stick around, and binge your content. You're not just creating one piece of content, you're taking your audience on a journey, and each episode of the series pulls them a little further in. Here's an idea that you could implement today. Things you didn't know about X from and insert who you are and what you do. So, for example, if you're a jeweler, that could look something like this. Things you didn't know about diamond color from a master jeweler with over 30 years of experience. In each episode, you share a new, interesting fact. I'm currently creating a series for a new client we're onboarding because it's such a powerful visibility strategy, and I also created one for one of our skin clinic clients that has significantly outperformed the other content formats on their feed. So if you've been looking for a reason to try series content, this is it. Third is edutainment. This is educational content delivered in an entertaining way. The key distinction between edutainment and regular educational reels is the delivery. You don't want to lecture your audience. You want to give them information in a way that makes someone want to watch your reel all the way through and then send it to a friend. For example, you could share the old way versus the new way of doing something. You're teaching something genuinely useful, but the contrast between the two creates instant tension, and the delivery is what makes it entertaining. For a skin clinic, it might be the old way, layering 10 different serums and hoping for the best, versus the new way, one targeted treatment that actually addresses the root cause of what's going on in your skin. For a bridal stylist, the old way could be trying on every dress in the store until something feels right, versus the new way, which is knowing your body, your vision, and your budget before you walk in, so everything you try on is intentional. The information is valuable, but it's your personality and unique point of view that makes someone want to follow you and share your reel with a friend. And fourth is the Captivate Storytime reel. When a storytime is designed to reach new people, it leads with a hook that creates enough curiosity or disbelief that a stranger can't scroll past. A jeweler might open with something like this: "The time I almost told a client not to buy the ring." Immediately, people want to know why. Was it ugly, too expensive, was something wrong with it? The story then unfolds. Maybe the client fell in love with a design that wasn't the most popular choice, or maybe it wasn't something that her friends would have picked, or it wasn't the most practical option. But she couldn't stop thinking about it, and that's what made it the right choice for her. Notice what's happening here. The story isn't leading with the product, it's leading with curiosity. The ring becomes part of the story, which is exactly why a stranger who has never heard of this business is far more likely to stop scrolling. They're not watching because of the ring, but because they want to know what happened next. Now let's talk about connect reels. These are for your warm audience, the people who already know you exist and are starting to build a sense of who you are. The goal here shifts from reach to trust. You're not trying to go viral, you're trying to deepen the relationship with the people who are already following you. The first connect format is day in the life, and this one is deceptively powerful. It feels simple, just showing what your day looks like, but what it does for trust is significant. When someone gets a window into how you work, the rhythm of your business, the behind the scenes reality of what you do every single day, they start to feel like they know you personally. That familiarity is what turns a follower into a warm lead. The second type of connect reel is the behind the scenes or process reel, which is essentially just letting your audience see how you work. For me and my business, I can take my followers along to see the behind the scenes of a reel shoot. For a skin clinic, it could be filming a treatment being performed on a client. We actually did this for one of our clients and filmed a laser genesis treatment being performed, and that reel did really well when compared to other formats like static feed posts and carousels on their page. For an interior designer, it might be something like showing the process of styling a room. The principle is the same across every industry. Show yourself doing the work and give people an insight on how you do it better than anyone else. People are genuinely fascinated by the process, and it builds a level of credibility that no amount of polished content can replicate. The third type of connect reel is the connect story time. Same format as the Captivate version, but the goal is different here. Where a Captivate story time is designed to hook a stranger, a connect story time is designed to make your warm audience feel deeply seen. It's personal, it's relatable, and it reveals something real about who you are or why you do what you do. This could be the story about why you started your business, or you could share a challenge that you overcame and how you help other people do the same. This is one of the fastest and best ways to build a deep connection with your audience, and the more real and authentic you can be, the better. Now let's move into convert reels. These are the reels that move warm, ready followers from interested to inquiring. And I want to address something here before I walk you through them. A lot of service business owners resist creating convert content because they feel like it's too salesy. Well, I want to give you a reframe on that today. The most powerful thing you can do for someone who genuinely needs your service is make it easy for them to say yes. Selling isn't sleazy when your service provides a real solution to a problem. So don't look at reels as this high-pressure sales tool. They're not. They're just an invitation for someone to experience the transformation you provide. Embrace them because they're some of the most powerful content that you'll create. The first type of convert reel you can create is the transformation or client case study reel. This one works beautifully as a talking to camera reel where you explain the client's story, who they were before they came to you, what their problem was, what you did together, and the result they got, with B-roll footage being overlaid over the top and then the end result shown at the close. It's more narrative than a straightforward before and after, which means it speaks to the buyers in your audience who need to understand the journey before they'll commit. Next is the before and after reel, which is simpler and in some ways more immediate. For our window covering client, we showcase a before and after of an installation, the room before, and then the room transformed. For a hair salon, it could be the before and after of a color or style transformation. The visual does the work here. This is one of the lowest barrier convert reels you can create because there's minimal talking to camera required, and for a lot of visual service businesses, the results genuinely speak for themselves. The third type of convert reel you can create is the offer or service explainer reel. This is simply where you walk people through exactly what it looks like to work with you, what's included, how the process works, what they can expect. It removes the mystery that keeps warm leads from taking that next step. A lot of people in your audience know they want help, they just don't know what working with you actually involves, and often that uncertainty can be what's stopping them from reaching out. An explainer reel is your perfect solution to that problem. And fourth, the objection handling reel. Think about the most common reason your ideal client talks themselves out of a booking. The thing they say to themselves when they're on the fence. That's your reel. Address it directly with warmth and honesty, and you'll move more people than any promotional post ever will. For me, it sounds something like this. I hear this one a lot. I need to sort out my content before I hire someone. I get it. It feels like you should have everything together first. But if you knew how to fix your content yourself, you already would have. That's exactly why you need someone in your corner who can take Instagram off your plate and finally get it to work for you. See what I did there? Name the objection out loud, address it directly, and your ideal client immediately feels seen. That's what moves them from a follower to a client. So those are your 11 reel types: 4 Captivate, 3 Connect, and 4 Convert. And I want to leave you with this. If you've been listening and you're still not sure where to start with the bold opinion reel. Pick one thing you genuinely believe that most people in your industry wouldn't say out loud, point the camera at yourself and just say it. It doesn't have to be long and it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. That's what gets people to stop scrolling. Now, if you've been listening and thinking, I actually want someone to help me film these, not just tell me what to film, but show up with me, map out the strategy and produce the reels with me. That's exactly what we do with our clients in our Done With You Reels shoot. Here's how it works. We start with a pre-shoot strategy session where we map out your ideal client, your core message, and the purpose of every reel before we pick up the phone to film. Then Mackenzie, my social media coordinator, and I come to you for a 2-hour on-location shoot. We handle everything and coach you through so you feel confident and completely calm on camera. From there, you get 6 edited reels delivered within 2 to 3 weeks, a mini content strategy document with 3C clarifications for every reel, 6 captions written in your brand voice, and we schedule and post all 6 reels on your behalf over a 4-week period. You get a full month of AMC managing your reels without having to lift a finger. Now, we only have a few limited spots available for shoots in July and August, so if you're an Illawarra-based service business and this sounds like exactly what you need, DM me the word reels over on Instagram and we'll have a quick chat to see if we're a good fit. If this episode was useful, take a screenshot and share it to your Instagram stories. Tag me at Andrea Marie Creative so I can reshare it and chat with you over on Instagram, and make sure you're following the show so you don't miss next week's episode. And if you've got 2 minutes, a rating and review genuinely helps more business owners find the podcast. I hope you have the most amazing week and I'll catch you in the next one.